I think we're live. We live? Yes, we are. Pop out. There the XX and Teresa. I don't imagine we're going to get a lot of people this morning. It's, wrong kind of time schedule for people. Alright, so we've got our 1466. Just came in this morning, but I've also got a box of goodies here that just came in. This came in from Micro Hobby. Hey, MC Rams, Layla. Right. Oh, cool. Alright. Been waiting for this. Ooh, what's this PCB brush? Interesting. This was not something I ordered. This is a... Alright. Looks like it's a new store that's opened up online in Australia. Okay. It's a stiff bristle and metal bristle, so it's not fiberglass, so that's nice. Let's see if we have a look at this. Yep, we're gonna switch. Well, that'll be a fair bit safer. This may still be a little bit rough on my fingers if it gets in, but this should be good. I wonder what it's made of. Horsehair? Doubt it. Maybe something synthetic. That could be useful. Certainly a far better option than using... oh, it's a mechanic one, right. Using the fiberglass pens. AB blood. Alright, I've got to get into this. Yeah, I've been waiting on this so I can do some testing. Really hope this one's got the battery in it. It should do. Oh, they're going Apple style. Interesting. Or are they? Okay, what's the dealio here? Apple packaging doesn't require you to do weird stuff, but what's going on here? No. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. This thing's fatter than I thought it was going to be. Smaller than I was expecting too. Well, I'm going to have to wear glasses to read that. Yeah, Raj, it is the same type that Joey uses. I was going to get it through Joey, but unfortunately the shipping rates and all that were a bit unfortunate, and also this one was in Australia, and I thought, wow, okay, let's see. Turn off that light. There's my blade. And I just realised I've got to up the microscope. Please stand by. Okay. It's bright enough in real life. just. It's got a plastic film on it. There we go. Alright, let's see if we plug it into a phone. I don't know if I'll be doing much with this one, Raj. I think I'll try to keep it as minimal as possible. So is this? This uses a navigator switch like I've got with my microscope ring lights, the up, down, on, off. That's funny. It is now teasing. I'll just turn off that. That seems pretty good. Neat. What was the thing I was going to test it on? I'm trying to remember now. Let's see if I can find it. Oh yeah, this thing. Ugh. This is a Galaxy Book 2, and I've not been able to find the true fault on it. All I know is under the infrared, the eMMC heats up in a corner, so I suspect it's got a problem with its VDDI. It's an internal LDO regulator situation. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be repairable. I mean, you could probably put a new VDDI, new chip on it, and it might work, which would be fine. But I suspect the person wants their data. I'm not 100% sure because this is working through a intermediary. They're probably getting a little bit old now. This is a 2017, 2018 edition, so it looks good and everything, but yeah. It's just weird. I wanted to test this because even I wouldn't expect the eMMC internal short to stop this from actually running, like from charging or anything like that. I'd expect it to stop it from booting or running, but I wouldn't expect to stop charging it. I was able to charge the battery, so I know it's okay. Okay, we've got one line off here. Yeah, here we go. Pin 20. So I'm not exactly sure what that is yet, but I will find out. And it's interesting that it's not on the other side. So there's not a reflected, like, basically there's a fifth pin in, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So that one's 0.31, so I'd expect that to be closer to 0.31. Let's try it on the other port. Hey, B-Blood, Pedro. And so, oh, that's even worse, 0.09. That's definitely got a short on it. Interesting that it's single side only. And on both of them. I have to dig into that later. Or at least we've definitely got something, so I might be able to, from that, be able to dig backwards, locate where the problem is for that, and at least if I can get USB charging going, I kind of feel like I've redeemed myself. And who knows, maybe the person will go, oh, right, okay, we'll get the eMMC running replaced. But to be fair, that screen is slightly damaged now, because as I was taking it apart, I had a moment and I put a little chip in it. And they are not cheap screens. They're like $300-400. That's just for me. So it's kind of scary. When it happened, I was telling myself, don't open it, don't open it, don't open it, send it back, send it back, send it back, and it was too late. I was about 80% of the way through the job too, opening up the screen, and that's when it happened naturally. Okie dokie, let's get this underway. So 1466 Classic Repairs. Right. Oh yeah, we actually need this cable. This is our MagSafe 2. You ready? Ooh, you're being a little bit weird there. Wow, all over the place. That's a very excitable charge rate. What's going on there? Alright, we've got a compound fault here because there is actually... It's a no backlight situation to start with. You can just see it there. You can see the display. But it's also got issues beyond that. Like if we plug in a MagSafe, you should see it's on. Yeah. You can see it's blinking and it's on. So I'm going to suspect we got a bunch of liquid damage or something like that in there. Corrosion spread around, something. Not be blood. Also got a chip on the clutch cover. Missing screw. Now the only thing I find frustrating with these 1466s, and a lot of the Airs in fact, is how many screws they put into it. And yet you get things like the 2141, the big Pro ones, and they've only got 4, maybe 6. But for some reason the Air models, they love to put 10 or so screws in there. Alrighty. Wow, another 3437. 2 3437s in a week. That's impressive. Okay. Straight off the bat, can't see anything significant there. Is there any marks on the inside of it? No incoming splatter marks. Batteries looks like it's been replaced or something. Anyway, disconnect the battery. Oh, that was my black pen. Great. Good start, Paul. Ah, there it is. Yeah, fail-safe feature, eh? Okay, 2164. Get the battery out. They really need to get back to having batteries as easy to replace as they have in the 1466s. I mean, I know there are issues with it in the form of this illustrates it perfectly why Apple will say that they can't do it, because the corners crumble off from impacts. But there are ways to mitigate that. For instance, you could just have kind of foam padding or something like that on the bottom, just to add a little bit of what do you call it? Shock resistance. But I can't think of too many very real technical reasons why they couldn't go back to mechanically installed batteries. They really do need to be a thing again. There's a blob of hot glue in here. Either that or it's rice. I should taste it and find out. Okay, we're going to stick that in our case. The camera cable was actually surprisingly difficult to get out. Alright, get the heatsink clear without destroying the Wi-Fi cables. Wow, that's jammed in there. Lift that up a little bit, get that out. Screw that back down, because otherwise we would forget. And we'd send the machine back with a loose screw holding the DC inboard. I'm sure that would cause some issues. Hey there, Arilla. 3:47. What are you doing up at this hour? Being a cat, I suppose. Now, hopefully it's on the board that the backlight issue is. I don't really care. This is a 1.44 unit. So push come to shove, that won't be a problem to replace that. Got plenty of those sort of ones around. Let's have a look. Hey Rob Brown, been a long time. How you going there, Rob? I was meaning to message you the other day just to catch up, see that you're still with us. I know you've been busy with a lot of things. Alrighty, this is getting a little weird. Oh wow, almost never see issues up there. That's a bit of bug corrosion. Someone peed on that. But that likely is not our fault. I remember the very first time that I opened a 1466 and I'd see these chips and they've got that rainbow tone over them. And I was thinking, that's the fault. It's overheated. And it's like, nope, nope. It's just the way they are. This is almost making me worry. It's going to be something like a SMC swap. Yeah, that's just downright strange. Alright, let's do some checking on the backlight at least. It's a starting point for us. Five eight's normal enough. Fuse is intact. 5/8, that's pretty normal there. I mean, it's dirty, but it's not. That's weird, whatever that is. Oh no, it's just a. That's much lower than it should be. I'm pretty sure it's these 2 points, or maybe it's these two. I'll just double check on the board view and schematic. They're the same thing as the backlight feedback. Yeah, 0.6. Each of points, yeah. 0.6 and 5/8. It's definitely lower there than what I would expect. Like I'm showing 0.12 or something. I'm just gonna. Maybe I had the leads. Did I have the leads the wrong way around? I did. Yeah, that's still short of 0.34. Oh wait, no, it's all over the damn place. I have a feeling it's not a problem. Especially if these ones are good. Yeah, 0.58. I have a feeling there's nothing actually wrong there. I'm going to put this into another chassis and see if it fires up okay. It just doesn't quite feel right that... Yeah, there's a bit of dust and crap on there, but I'm not buying it that it's the actual board yet for the backlight. Damn it, where's my test chassis? Did I put them out the back already? Oops. The only reason why I'm doing this one is because it is a 1466, so I can, you know, they usually don't bog me down much during the day. Haha, could be famous last words, eh? Not Ubuntu. Get that charged up straight away. Could be. It'll be the DC in board, and it might. Wonder if it's maybe lid sensor issue. Although usually you don't get data coming through with if the lid sensor is triggered. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, backlight is fine. And so is SM. So I'm going to have a look at the DC inboard. I mean, obviously that little bit of corrosion up by the SD reader, that's going to need dealing with, but it's a trivial thing compared to what we're actually dealing with. Hopefully it's just the DC inboard and not something more. When I say something more, I mean like not a bad screen as well. Because the trouble with these machines is they're fun and cheap to repair until you get a compound fault. Once you get a compound fault, like trackpad down or battery down, and gee, why did I put that in there for? It starts mounting up on the costs and everything, and then all of a sudden you've lost the ability to get it repaired for a price that the person's willing to pay. I don't think anyone would pay more than 200 Australian to get these sort of things fixed up. I wouldn't. I mean, you can get them now so cheap. That actually looks okay. If it's not the DC, well, anyway, let's have a look at this DC board. I mean, it looks comparatively intact. What about the other side? It's about. There goes the trucks. Or maybe it's actually the flex cable. Flex cable, maybe. There's a bit of a defect there. Although it could be more just when it was taken off, but it's more of an impact. Check under here, see if the audio cap is corroded. No, they're perfect fine too. This thing's been difficult purely on the basis of the fact that it's not showing me any real faults. I mean, it might be like one of these two little critters are blown. Okay, I'll try replace the flat flex using the same. Okay, that's burned out a fair bit there. But that shouldn't inhibit the display. Alright, okay, I know what I'm going to try and do here. It could be the display, come to think of it, because remember we mentioned the impact there. So maybe the backlight drive at the display has been killed. So what we're doing here is essentially allow me to test the screen without the board in the chassis. I mean, you can do that without these extension leads. It's just a little bit easier this way. And I get to use my own DCM board setup. So hopefully we can at least narrow down where the problem is. Okay, we do have that, so that's a good start. Great. Oh great, their freaking keyboard's falling apart. Yeah. Just what I need. Compound issues. I can't even see what's on the display. Okay, we've got backlight, so it's not the display. It's got to be just a problem with the DCM board potentially. Just going to try their flat flex. So this is mine, obviously. And this is their flat flex. Flip flap. No, we're still good. That's all good. Well, it's charging, so maybe the DCM board after all. Hey, Copaz. It's a 1466, you fool. Gee, it takes a while to... Oh, I'm an idiot. You know why it's taken forever for it to bring up the boot list? Because there's no keyboard connected. I'm sitting here holding the key and there's no key connected. That's why it's taking... Okay, here we go, we're good. Alright, so it's DCM board in this case. Ah, what an idiot. Okay, we'll put the DCM board back on. Might just clean up the MagSafe connector. Probably not going to be that, but you never know. Like I said, it does have a couple of charring marks on it, but that's not unusual for 1466s or MagSafe connectors to see that sort of burn in the pits. Oh, we can use our board cleaner. All right. Now we can try our luck with this thing. The only thing is it kind of rattles a little bit. Oh, it's because of that. Okay. There we go. Oh, it actually looks perfectly clean now. We'll use the bristles to knock out the last bits of crap around there. There we go. So it's stronger than a toothbrush obviously, but still not too aggressive. Pretty happy with that. We haven't lost our V letter. That's going to be a pain. They're like, can we change the keyboard? I'm like, honestly, with the archive of parts I've got here, it'd just be easy for me to say, look, here, take this chassis, it's yours. So, looks like that was a dirty set of contacts there, inhibiting the MagSafe. But I still don't understand what's going on with the backlight. Okay, we've energized the screen. Energize. There are bits of... There's paint on this. Like white paint splattered over. And now we've got a backlight. What the frick? Oh boy, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun because... Where is that fault? Look, basically I am now, other than cleaning that MagSafe connector, I am now back to their original machine. So you can understand why I have my concerns now, other than this cable. So put it back into their chassis. The reason why it's a concern is because, as you can imagine, if I send this back saying, hey, it's fixed, it was just this or just that, and they get it back and all of a sudden it doesn't work again, then I'm going to look like an idiot. And more importantly, I'm going to have to refund them, and that very much goes against my culture. The other possibilities we have are this cable here, the microphone cable, could be a problem. There could be shorts on that, or it could be the camera. Could be the camera that's a fault. Okay, the way we can eliminate that is we'll put in my test. God damn, I don't normally get itchy nose anymore on streams, but it looks like I'm being hit with it today. It's not itchy nose, it's tickled nose. Yeah, so we're going to put what we know for sure absolutely has no faults. MagSafe in. Because yeah, camera faults can cause this, as can microphone stuff. Basically anything can short it out. Okay, we're not going to tuck that under. Take that off. You see the problem here is that time is ticking along and we still haven't fixed it, and it's like, you don't want to spend more than an hour on these ones. It looks like we might be. Hey, Warren Stamps. Allergic to Macs. Hey, Drachev. I don't know if it's allergens. I think it's more just in the head stuff. I'm one of those sort of people that if I wake up and then I go out and look at the sun, or if I just look at the sun, I will often start sneezing. It's weird. Okay, let's see how we go now. Okay, that's all coming up. Bong, energize. Backlight's fine. Bloody hell. Okay, we didn't connect the camera. Let's try that now. Really? They did a Mythbusters episode on that? Okay. I don't suffer to it very often anymore, but when I was younger, I certainly did. Okay, still got MagSafe. Let's see if we get backlight. Oh, okay, Mark, you got it too. Alright, yeah, interesting. Nope, stuff. What the hell? Okay, so well, it's yeah, weird. Put the battery in. Maybe the battery's at fault. Unlikely. I just cannot see how a dirty MagSafe, external dirty MagSafe connector could cause loss of backlight and charge. I mean, I can understand the charging part or the one wire part, but backlight doesn't make any sense. Okay, I'm just gonna. We've got that. It took a while. It's going to run slow because I don't have the fan attached. Battery apparently is fully charged. Or close enough, 97%. Temperatures are a smidge high, but for MacBook anyway. It runs fine off that. Just downright weird. Oh, they could be a smidge higher because the fan isn't in there. Alright, let's reassemble it back to its original state. Like, I mean, fully original. See if it still does it. Obviously, we've got that little bit of corrosion by the SD port, but it's completely unrelated as far as I can tell. Unless it's hanging off some sort of I2C line. Are you shut down yet? Nope, still going. Ah, there we go. Oh boy. Very weird. Does that pin look a little bit... That's a grouped pin, so it really shouldn't matter if it's a little bit dodgy. There's a little bit of iffiness on some of those other ones. That pin's moving. I don't know why my microscope's so wobbly today. Oh, what the... What is that? Is that glass or something? Okay, I'm going to take the board out. Damn it. Yeah, I don't know why the microscope's a bit wobbly today. Maybe my screws are going loose. I mean, it's not bad, but I can see it in the microscope. I can feel it. Okay, let's have a look. Something's tarnished a few of those pins. Alright, that's glass. What? Why would there be glass in here? Well, if I had $1 million worth of Apple stock, then that would have been awfully nice. Is the table wobbly? The table would be wobbly, but the microscope is attached to that, so it shouldn't be a problem. Oh, okay, that's adhesive, not glass. Alright, fair enough. Something, like I said, it feels a bit wobbly there. Or maybe it's just them. I mean, it can be a case if I'm just simply looking for something that isn't there. Let's see how it needs dampening. I think the tarnishing is probably just from the adhesive that was resting on it. 'Cause yeah, I can't really find anything else here. Internals look perfectly fine. Jason needs a new microscope light trying to fix a microwave fan. Oh, yuck. Yeah, I've had a couple of those. Why does she need a new light? Well, I guess we'll fix this up. I wonder what that test point there is anyway, but it'll be something to do with the SD card. Generic bypass. SD controller. Yeah, so this is, just the SD card. Nothing special at all about that bit of corrosion that we got there. Lewis couldn't fix it, but oh, well, that's some healthy competition there. Well, we should get rid of that anyway. Because it's not very healthy looking. Still, microwave iPhones, not exactly the easiest things to work on, because so much of the internal circuitry in the chips themselves gets ruined. So I don't know, I guess she believes there's a chance. God damn it, every frickin' time. See, 1 microfarad, 63201. Really not essential, but we'll do it. Sorry. Yeah, with the microwave ones, if you're really, really lucky, it's usually just the antenna section that dies. But in most cases, you're not that lucky. And a whole lot of other stuff dies. Thank you, XX. Ah, come on, flux. Oh, way to go, Paul. You just made it 10 times worse everywhere around it. Good job. It's interesting how some of these caps can end up looking a bit like inductors. Don't you dare tombstone on me. Come on. Where'd it go? Just going to give this a bit of a blast with the compressed air. What is the especially blue thing? Which especially blue thing? I don't know. I don't. Oh, you mean the component on the board, I suspect you mean? By the SD card slot? You're talking about that thing in the middle there? That's basically just a little bobbin core inductor, so it's just an inductor. What was I looking for? Just that I better check for corrosion along this connector. Yeah, this is going to be an annoying one for the fact that if it just now up and runs, it's like, what was the fault? And it's a concern because I can almost guarantee that the moment I send this back and they get it, it's going to fail again. It's just one of those things that you know it's going to happen. But at the same time, yeah, you can keep it here in the workshop forever. Oh, what are you doing it now for? Come on. But you can't do that. Yeah, you can't hold these things forever in the workshop. So yeah, I'm fully expecting that I will send this back and it will, maybe if I'm lucky, it'll work for a day or a week. then I strongly suspect I'll get a message saying it's misbehaving again. And I'll be like, really? Didn't expect that. Maybe it was a hairy fault. It's a fault, whatever it is, yeah. Very annoying. Like I said, the MagSafe connector itself was sort of messed up. But if it was the charging, yeah, and the MagSafe itself, the green light and all that sort of thing that wasn't going, then yeah, okay, alright, that was just a dirty MagSafe port. But I don't understand how the backlight was the issue there, because while this does of course have the lid sensor built into it, so if the lid sensor, if it's triggered, then it's not going to display backlight. It's giving me the heebie-jeebies. This may have to go down as not so much a no fix, but a undetermined fix. I would be happy to be positive about, affirmative about it's fixed, except history tells me otherwise. Experience tells me otherwise. And then you'll say, that's because you're allowing it to do so. Alright, let's get it back together 100% fully and see if it misbehaves again. Jeez, those trucks are just going all day. They must be doing some large development out there, up the road. There's a lot of trucks that are going. They're full of, dirt and sand for foundation development. So whatever it is that they're doing out there, it's either big or deep or both. No, forgot the frickin' rubber. Stupid Darth Vader. Really, how did they make such a mess of those movies? And it seems like every time you think that maybe this time they'll redeem the series, it's like, nope. We went worse. Maybe they're just trying to see how much people are suckers. I'm not actually like a Star Wars fan or anything like that. I mean, other than the fact that, I just watched it as the releases when I was a kid, as they came out. But it's pretty interesting. It's interesting to just watch this never-ending train wreck. I think the Mandalorian, funnily enough, contrary to popular opinion, I actually preferred Solo over the other movies. I know a lot of people don't agree with that, but I thought it was somewhat passable. The rest of them, not so much. Honestly, I can't tell whether it's a problem of people who watched it as kids, like myself, forget that maybe it was meant more for kids or something. I don't know. Yeah, but we're now expecting it to be more adult type content. I don't mean in terms of explicitness or anything like that, just in terms of script writing. What the hell? Why don't you want to go in there? Gotcha. It's like going back to your ex, thinking that things are going to be better this time. And it's not. Like you see the preview of your ex, you're like, oh, they seem to be so much better now. Yeah, maybe things can. And you have a few happy moments with the prequel of the preview. And you're like, let's do this again. And then you go, no, what have I done? Okay. Oh man. Certainly the dirty MagSafe was one thing. Like I said, it was just struggling to believe that it could have flicked the backlight. Yeah, it's working fine. That makes no sense at all. Maybe the screen connector was drifted, I don't know. Hour and a quarter achieving nothing. Okay, I'm just going to close the lid, reconnect the Wi-Fi, and see if it comes back after I open the lid again. The machine is still running. As long as I don't short out anything, we'll be okay. Channeling, fixing by magic is not an acceptable technique. Gotcha. Okay, let's see if backlights. Yeah, it's come back. Man, what am I going to do here? I'm only willing to wash these 1466 screens because I've got spares if I stuff it up. I can't stop that paint. There's definitely paint on there that I can't get off. It's a bit better. Let's run the value. Yeah, it's doing fine. 27 frames per second, that's pretty good for this. 40s, it's definitely not suffering in any way. Yeah, got me stuffed. What a pain. See if this messes with your head. There you go. For a 3437, that's only 1.4 gigahertz. That's pretty good going on that test. Yeah, unless this misbehaves, I really can't do much else. This will basically just be the bench fee, nothing else. I mean, sure, we fixed up that little SD cap, yeah, for the SD card reader, but I'm not going to count that. Oh well. I was hoping it'd be something interesting, but it turned out being something typical. Yeah. Well, I think I'll close up there. It's already almost 1 o'clock. I'm going to go pack some stuff that I've got to send back. And then I'm going to have to dig in and try and see if I can trace down that USB-C issue on the Samsung Book 2. Hopefully at least I just feel like I'll be able to redeem myself because I've had that thing for a long time trying to find the fault. And like I said, the EMMC is the thing that really heats up, but it just doesn't feel like that should be the cause of the other issues. It's another one of those things where, it looks like you've got multiple issues and they're not related. So anyway, so here we go. Yeah, ghost repair. That's about all I can really put it down as. I'll run it for a day or two, and then if it's still running fine, then I've got no choice but to release it back into the wild. So, I mean, what else are you going to do? Have it languish around in your workshop and the customer doesn't have it, you don't have any money to refund to them later. So best to just verify it best you can in the workshop and then send it back out. I mean, it'd be different if it was intermittently shut, having problems, but it's not. So yeah, what do I put on the job sheet? Cleaned MagSafe port. And that was it. So, all right then. Well, thanks for popping along for this morning job, a daylight job. Don't do them too often, but I appreciate it. I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good one.